Good evening, I am Melissa Khan with your Monday, December 21st edition of News in Depth. Commander of B Division Jairam Ramlakan says his ranks in his division have stepped up the pace to curb the carnage on the road. Speaking with reporters, the commander said he's worried about the rising numbers of road fatalities in the region.
I know recently there were a few fatal accidents, and most of the contributing factors, speeding, persons, especially motorcyclists, not wearing their helmet, safety helmet.
Just last night, motorcyclist Jamal Joseph was killed in an accident in New Amsterdam. That accident has also left Kyle Noble in a critical condition. On Saturday in Crabber Creek, a young man lost his life after the motorcycle he was riding collided with a cow.
Persons don't value their life, right? There's no need for speeding, right? And we've been preaching, and what we did recently, a few days ago, since the new traffic officer, Assistant Superintendent Clark, assumed the position of traffic chief here, we implemented a traffic education unit, right, where we're able to address all the issues pertaining to traffic in the region on a weekly basis. And the unit is already filled, right? We have several ranks who train in communication and criminology and other areas, and we intend to use them, right, to operate. So we have radio programs and TV programs on a daily basis every week, able to highlight some of the issues within the division. So the citizens will be able to know what is happening and what are our plans and what are our achievements, and there's so much that we're doing.
Melissa Khan, News in Depth.
Shh, it's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75, Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
Are you having problems sleeping at night? Well, worry no more. Comfort Sleep mattresses are simply the best. Comfort Sleep provides quality products, factory fresh, and better value. With every purchase you make, you become part of our family and help to fulfill the need of the less fortunate. Comfort Sleep, as part of their corporate duty, provides meals for over 500 children in regions 3, 4, and 6, 3 times a week. This, among other charitable events, year-round is part of our mandate. What are you waiting for? Keep the dream going. Be part of this great family. Comfort Sleep, Eccles Industrial Estate, East Bank, Demerara. Telephone 233-3013 or 233-2657. Email comfortsleep49@gmail.com.
Sexual harassment is any unwelcome act, comment, gesture, or physical contact.
Street harassment is sexual harassment, but it is no joke. A woman's dress or behavior must not cause sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unacceptable, unwanted, unfair, and unlawful.
And in our COVID-19 crisis, the risk of violence and sexual harassment is even higher.
If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, family-based violence, or sexual harassment, contact the Women and Gender Equality Commission at 231-5276 or 231-5298.
Or put an anonymous note in the post office boxes at the Guyana Human Rights Commission Building, the Guyana Post Office Corporation, the National Library, the Georgetown Public Hospital, and the University of Guyana.
Karibi rice, from the lush rice fields of Guyana, straight to your home. Karibi Rice. Our people, our rice.
Opposition leader Joseph Harmon came out swinging at the Private Sector Commission after the body back calls by the PPP government for the removal of some members of staff at GCOM. In a release to the press, Harmon said his party is not surprised, but they were astonished by the Private Sector Commission, who is now openly advocating the PPP regime's position and calling for the removal of certain members of staff of the Guyana Elections Commission, using trumped-up charges against them as a pretext to get rid of them.
This is wicked and unacceptable. The AP and UFC condemns this type of political posturing by the Private Sector Commission. It is opposite to remind the Private Sector Commission that the rule of law must prevail and that these persons are presumed as innocent until proven guilty. It must be stated also that the recount of votes cast at the 2nd of March 2020 elections revealed evidence of widespread fraud on the part of the PPP, and that the elections petition before the courts will reveal that the PPP were caught rigging those elections.
According to Harmon, while the AP and UAFC recognizes that some members of the PSC benefit from favors from the PPP regime, they must curb their misplaced exuberance and stop acting like puppets on a PPP string.
In the circumstances, the courts should be allowed to do its job and let the law take its course. The Private Sector Commission should therefore restrain itself and stop acting as the mouthpiece of the PPP regime. The only mechanism that exists for dealing with irregularities in elections is the election petition. In the circumstance, the Private Sector Commission cannot and must not pronounce on the conduct of elections. This should be left to the courts. While we recognize that some members of the Private Sector Commission benefit from favors from the PPP regime, they must curb their misplaced exuberance and stop acting like puppets on a PPP string.
The opposition leader said, in this circumstance, the PSC cannot and must not pronounce on the conduct of elections.
Range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75 Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249.
Family violence is violence directed at another family member.
It can be physical, verbal, sexual, and more. Family violence leads to despair, destruction, and death.
It can happen to both men and especially women from any background. Children are especially vulnerable. And the stress and isolation due to the COVID-19 pandemic can increase family violence. Family violence is illegal in Guyana. If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, family-based violence, or sexual harassment, contact the Women and Gender Equality Commission at 231-5276 or 231-5298.
Or put an anonymous note in the post office boxes at the Guyana Human Rights Commission Building, the Guyana Post Office Corporation, the National Library, the Georgetown Public Hospital, and the University of Guyana.
Karibi Rice. From the lush rice fields of Guyana, straight to your home. Karibi Rice. Our people, our rice.
And before we go, foreign in custody as Kanu probes marijuana bust at Essequibo. Here's the report.
The drug bust took place during an operation by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit at a house at 221 Clark Street, Dartmouth, Essequibo. During that operation, over 189 pounds of marijuana was seized by Kanu. Head of Kanu, James Singh, told his newscast that 4 persons are currently in custody. He said the drugs have a street value of over $80,000. According to a release from Kanu, the cannabis was found in several suitcases in one of the rooms in the house. The 79 parcels weighed 85.804 kilograms. The marijuana is believed to be commercial creepy weed, which is trafficked from Venezuela. Head of Kanu, James Singh, said the seizure comes at a time when Kanu has been further widening its hold across the country, more particularly in Bobis and Essequibo and other key locations. The unit's key aim is to disrupt smuggling routes. According to Singh, Kanu will no longer wait on known wharfs and ports, but will work with local communities, interagencies, and our international counterparts to uncover and intercept narcotics traffickers in their niches and comfort zones countrywide.
And that has brought us to the end of our news for tonight. For these and other stories, visit our website at rdproductiongy.com or our Facebook and Instagram page at Royston Drakes Production. On behalf of our news team, thank you for joining us, and do join us again tomorrow for more news. Good night.